Belgrádban vagyunk. Tavaly december eleje óta rendszeresen több ezren tüntetnek a közmédia szabadságáért és úgy általában a kormány ellen. Igazából az egész tüntetés sorozat nagyon hasonló a Budapestihez. A különbség az, hogy nem fejeződött be karácsonykor.
Összeálltunk mi is, csajok!
Ez a helyzet Szerbiában.
Malo! Sused! They fucked up! Really fucked up!
We want to achieve our media freedom.
Our voices aren't heard, so we have to be as loud as we can, I guess.
And they just play like the pro-government news and also all the TV shows.
We can't have fair elections because the opposition is not represented equally in media as the government is.
Több ezer tüntető megérkezett a szerb köztér épület elé. And why is this important to be at this building?
Because it should represent freedom of speech, and all it represents currently is the voice of our dictator, and that's it.
We don't want to live in the dictatorship, and that's what we are living in.
That a lot of people are going out of Serbia, a lot of young people.
Can you maybe think of similar countries in Europe which has a similar...
Well, your country per se.
Nézzük csak meg újra.
Arrest Vučić.
We don't want to live in the dictatorship.
Diktátor, ahogy azt szokták mondani.
That a lot of people are going out of Serbia.
És 12 nap múlva elrepülök. We want to achieve our media freedom.
Követeljük a független magyar médiát, a független közmédiát!
The opposition is not represented equally in media.
Én 2014-ben jártam utoljára ebben a stúdióban, 2014, ez 4 éve volt.
Ők pedig a helyi devizaikkal károsultak, a bíróság előtt tüntetnek.
So what does this people?
Their ways and the way how they operate, there is a huge resemblance. Although if I noticed well, Mr. Orban is still not a big fan of violence. And I hope it will stay that way. And Mr. Vučić is huge fan of violence.
Az egész tüntetés sorozat úgy kezdődött, hogy tavaly november 23-án a szerb baloldal nevű pártvezetőjét, Borko Stefanovićot fekete ruhás srácok véresen verték az utcán.
The whole thing started as a spark when on the November 23rd last year I was attacked in Kruševac by the thugs that are really, or criminals that are really close to the regime. While we were entering the venue, they attacked us from the back, from the dark. They had the black hoods and the knuckle dusters and iron bars, and they hit me once at the back of my head and I fell unconscious, and I bled extensively. I was unconscious for more than 30 seconds. Well, they did it because they are well connected with some local business people who are also well connected to the Serbian Progressive Party.
Vučić 2017 óta Szerbia elnöke, 2014 és 2017 között a szerb progresszív párt színeiben volt az ország miniszterelnöke. Vučić a tervek szerint az EU felé tereli az országot, az ellenzék szerint viszont diktatórikus rendszert épít ki és lerombolja a sajtó szabadságát.
We are collecting signatures from people with the support of Alexander Vučić.
Okay, and what will you do with the signatures?
We do nothing. We collect them. Why do I like him? I like him because he's a good democracy. He's leading this country to a better place.
A lot of people from the protest criticize the RTS, the public media. I mean, do you think it's propaganda?
No.
And there must be like left-wing or opposition newspapers as well.
I think there are newspapers like that, but I don't know who there are.
The pressure that people working in media in Serbia are suffering almost every day. I was also personally terrorized by the government media and government members themselves, including the President of Serbia, telling lies about me on his press conferences.
Iván Ivanovics az egyik legismertebb újságíró Szerbiába, ő a helyi Jimmy Kimmel vagy John Oliver 10 évadot gyártott le a saját esti műsorából. Tavaly decemberben a tüntetések hatására felmondott a kormánybaráttá vált Prva TV-nél, és átköltözött a YouTube-ra, az adásokat azóta nappaliában forgatják.
The news reporters are always asking the fake questions. They have a mission to ask a certain question, and then Mr. Vučić is having his scenario that needs to be done. That this lady said that I said for a colleague from a Studio B that she should be beaten up, that she's a whore and something. I mean, it never happened, okay? It really never happened. So I was really shocked when I saw this, and then his answer is kind of, who's gonna beat her? They don't have those, let me not speak about it. They're not brave enough. They don't, and I was like, are you kidding me? This never happened. You're lying as a president. I mean, this is the president of this country, you know, and lying about a reporter because you don't like me, you don't like my humor, or you think that I shouldn't have my own opinion. And I just decided that this is enough, you know, and that from that moment on, if you stay and continue to work like nothing happened, then you're actually giving alibi for all of them, creating some sense of false freedom, you know, because they can always say, why are you complaining? There is this guy telling jokes about me and it doesn't bother me, you know.
A tüntetéseket a kezdetektől egyetemisták szervezték.
In a real dictator, you would be in prison.
Well, some of our friends were in prison.
Jelena és barátai december óta minden tüntetés szervezésében benne vannak, a demonstrációk mottója 1 az 5 millióból.
Our president, after the first protest, he said, I don't care if they protest, even if 5 million of them comes to street, I will not do anything for them, and that's why naturally we became one of the 5 million.
So why are you giving out the flowers?
To commemorate the NATO bombarding.
20 éve mai tüntetés másnapján, március 24-én kezdte el bombázni a NATO Belgrádot, katonai támaszpontokat, áramellátó központokat és televízióadókat céloztak meg. A mögöttem látható köztévé épületén ez még mindig látszik. Több mint 1000 katona és 2500 civil vesztette akkor életét. A bombázás oka egyébként az volt, hogy Milosevic, az akkori elnök erőszakkal lépett fel a koszovói albán kisebbség ellen. Aleksandar Vučić, a mostani elnök, Milosevic információs minisztere volt.
I think Serbia is going in the right direction, and I think Serbia is going fast ahead to the European Union. I hope we will get there in a few years or so.
Don't get me wrong, I think that Serbia should be in European Union. I'm just thinking that in this way it's not going to happen.
Does a country like Vučić, Serbia, belong to European Union?
There are no European values being supported here. Every election since 2012 when Vučić came to power are rigged. So we don't have basic elements of democracy in this country anymore. It's gone.
Does this country belong to European Union?
Not right now.